Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Gospel Angeles. Today we are going to continue our series of the Holy Communions. Did you know that Jesus actually did not take the Passover? Surprise! Is it true that Jesus didn't take the Passover? Yes, he did take the Last Supper, but he did not take the Passover. And over time, we are maybe being linked with Passover and the Last Supper is actually the same thing. But actually, from the Bible verse, we will explore that actually the Last Supper is actually a regular supper. It's not equates to Passover. Now, let's look more into details. Let's read the Bible scriptures. Luke 22, verse 14 to 16. When the hour had come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him. Then he said to them, "With fervent desire, I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I say to you, I will no longer eat of it until it is fulfilled in the kingdom of God." Now you see, when Jesus said, "With fervent desire, I want to eat this Passover with you," what does it mean? He did not take it. He desired, he wanted so much to take this Passover with his apostle, with his 12 disciples, but he did not take it. But is it that really he did not take it? Let's look into another verse. John 13, verse 1 to 2. Now, before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour had come, that he should depart from this world to the Father, having loved his own who were in this world, he loved them to the end. And supper being ended, the devil having already put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Now, there you have it. John 13 said that before the feast of the Passover, then followed by and the supper being ended. And you know what happened afterwards? Judas betrayed Jesus. So you can see that John clearly mentions that before the feast of the Passover, and it happens when they have the Last Supper. Is there more Bible verse to it that can really prove that what John said is true, that Jesus really didn't take the Passover? Yes, let's look into more verses. John 18:28. Then they led Jesus from Caiaphas to the praetorium, and it was early morning, but they themselves did not go into the praetorium, lest they, here they means the Jewish leader, should be defiled, but they might eat the Passover. From here you see, when the Jewish religious leader hand over Jesus to Pilate, the Romans, they say that they don't want to go to this place, because if I go to this place, I will be defiled and I cannot have the Passover. So this event happens after Jesus had the Last Supper, before Jesus was crucified. Do we have even more evidence that points to actually that the day that Jesus died is the day that is not a Passover? Yes, there is. Let's look into more in John. John 19, 13 to 14. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Jesus out and sat down in the judgment seat in a place that is called the pavement, but in Hebrew, Gabbatha. Now it was the preparations day of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he had said to the Jews, "Behold your king." Now you have it. You see that the day that Jesus was handed over to the Romans is a day of preparation of Passover. It means that that day itself is not Passover. that day itself is the day for the preparations for the Passover. And the following day is the day of the Passover. And it makes sense. Why? Because the day of preparation of Passover, the Israelite, is the one that will slaughter the lamb. And it happens on the same day that Jesus was crucified. That Jesus was also, in a way, slaughtered on that same day. It is a symbolic act when we say that the lamb was slaughtered by the people. And Jesus is that lamb that was being slaughtered. So you see, it is synchronized together. That is the day of the preparations of the Passover, which Jesus is being slaughtered like the lamb in the traditional way that the Israelite slaughtered the lamb ready for the Passover.
'Cause our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven